Now it's the time for welcome address of this closing ceremony of Nepal ADR Week 2024. So for this, I would like to call upon Binod Chiman.
Chair of the closing session, Justice Shapna Pradhan Malla, former Justice Anil Kumar Sinha, our President of Nepal Bar Association, Mr. Gopal Krishna Ghimire, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Harishankar Niraula Dai. All are my friends, and he is my Dai. Okay, big brother. Namaste, good afternoon. Eminent guests, distinguished participants, presented from various countries, and my dear friends. It is my privilege to welcome you all in this closing session of Nepal ADR Week program. We'd like to express our sincere gratitude for attending our event. We hope you enjoyed attending our event as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Every good thing comes to the end. Your presence, active participation, and collaborative spirit have been instrumental in making this program a resounding success. There is a quote by Edward Hale, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success." Today, as we celebrate the knowledge gained and the connection forged, we also look forward to how we can apply these learnings to achieve even greater milestones in the future. This is not the end. It is the beginning of new opportunity in this area. The curtain falls, but the echoes of our shared purpose will resonate far and wide. Though this event ends, the ideas and energy we have shared are only just beginning. Let the sparks ignited here light the path to a brighter future. Thank you for being of this incredible story. Together, we have written a powerful chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Binod Chiman, for your wonderful welcoming address. Ladies and gentlemen, a good beginning makes a good conclusion and the closing. And today we stand at the closing of this remarkable journey, Nepal ADR Week 2024. So this closing ceremony marks not only the end of this historic first ever international conference on modernizing dispute resolution, the role of ADR in enhancing access to justice, but it also opened the door for collaborations and different resolutions. So on behalf of the organizing team, I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, guests and participants who have made this event an extraordinary success. And I also want to thank each of you for making this Nepal ADR Week 2024 a big success and a remarkable milestone for this ADR journey. So we are really honored by your presence. So now let's start this closing ceremony with the presentation, very important presentation by the very important person for sure, Ms. Delvi. So she will be talking on the online dispute resolution in the era of AI, opportunities and challenges. Over to you, Delcy.
Thank you very much. I want to start saying namaskar to everybody for your presence here, and to all the dignitaries, your excellencies, thank you for your presence. I have been trying very hard to concentrate on this speech after the previous panel. And I think it is very hard to talk about this topic after reflecting on what is happening in the Himalayas today. I think your Prime Minister said it the first day. With a lot of sadness, he witnessed that the mountains he grew up are now without snow. They are just rocks. And while I was listening to green arbitration, I was thinking, it is important, of course, about green arbitration, but what about global warming? What about climate change? What about the Himalayas? So we find ourselves in a terrible situation. And I would like today to take this opportunity to ask all of you to make a pledge. Some of you made a pledge for green arbitration. Right now, I would like to ask all of you to make a pledge to save the Himalayas. The Himalayas are there, and without our action, they cannot save themselves. So if you allow me, I would like all of you to stand up, please. And with your heart, with your arm in your heart, with your hand in your heart, please say after me. From today, I pledge to save the Himalayas in whatever way I can. Thank you. So just briefly, again, I want to give my eternal and deep gratitude to my friend, Mr. Matrika Ji. Matrika Ji has been the motor behind this event, which for the first time happens here in this beautiful city of Kathmandu. I want to thank also his team, all the volunteers, the people have been working around the clock before we arrive, during and after, I'm sure. So can I ask you to give a big round of applause for Matrika Ji, the team of the committee organizing, and the volunteers. I will not take you too long because technology for me is something new. In my generation, I didn't grow up with a telephone or with a computer. When we wanted to play, we went outside and we found games, we make up games, and our friends were friends that we met. So I didn't know about Facebook friends, I didn't know about LinkedIn and all these things. So for me, to talk about ODR, online dispute resolution, and artificial intelligence is a little bit challenging. But I'll do my best, just a brief presentation. So technology has changed our lives, that's for sure. All of you have right now a telephone in your hands. The first time I saw a computer was in Torino, in Italy, in 1990, and the computer was as big as this podium. So today, you have access to your emails in your telephone. So technology has given us great advantages, and we for sure are benefiting from that. But is that meaning that our job, for example, like lawyers or engineers or doctors, is going to be replaced by a machine, by artificial intelligence? What is going to happen? So traditionally, if we talk about ODR, online dispute resolution, we never did this through virtual means. Before the pandemic, there were some attempts to conduct these alternative dispute resolution processes through the computers and through the telephones, Zoom. I'm sure all of you have participated in a Zoom meeting. So all this was happening, and with the pandemic, with the COVID pandemic, these technologies really accelerated. So today we have numerous platforms where you can engage on them, and through algorithms, you write down your problem, the amount of the dispute, and the program, the application will tell you what the options are for solution. And you can accept or reject those solutions. So my concern is this actually real mediation, for example? I have used Zoom and obviously online dispute resolution applications during COVID time. But I feel that my job is better made and done when I am present, when I can see your eyes, when I can see your body language, when I can see that there's some problem maybe, then I can stop the mediation and then talk to you privately. There are so many human abilities that the machine cannot give us. So I want today to say, yes, there are advantages, but we also have to be careful. So the question now is, what will happen from now on? Will the technology take over us? Will we be able to control the technology? Is ODR here to stay? And then all of us will just have to work from home, maybe with our pajamas, as it happened during COVID times. A lot of people just from here, like very decent clothes, and then down, you will use your pajamas. Nobody knows. Nobody knew who was in the room. So in terms of confidentiality, you know, is that only the party in the room, or there's somebody else crossing? You know, in some of my meetings, I could see 2 or 3 people crossing behind my parties, and I was thinking, who are those people? Sometimes, you know, children also were coming around. So there are some challenges. So, and artificial intelligence. I'm sure some of you already use ChatGPT. You want to give some, maybe a conference? I promise I haven't used this for today. I haven't. But we are with technology every day. For banking, for airlines, when you want to check in, you have to do it. So we have to learn how to live with artificial intelligence, with ODR. Now, there are small disputes that can be resolved successfully. And in fact, Amazon, for example, have been resolving disputes for years, for around 15 years now. But these are small disputes. You know, you buy a pair of socks or a small radio and there's an issue, then you can have access to Amazon dispute resolution, and then you can resolve it. But what about other type of disputes? You know, commercial disputes, family disputes, banking disputes, or disputes that are over, you know, $1 million. Would you be comfortable using these platforms? That is a question, and we need to think about that. Now, the potential is there, of course. A machine, artificial intelligence, they can read 50 books in 1 hour and give you a summary. I don't know about you, but I cannot read 50 books in 1 hour and give you a summary of that. So that's an advantage. Now, the different platforms through algorithms can offer you solutions as well. And these solutions are made taking into account factual things, objective things. So there's no this prejudgment that as human beings we all have. So I'm sure if I put a case in front of us, we will have all the number of 100 different views about that same situation. The machine doesn't give us that. It's only one objective solution. So can it assist all of us? Probably it will. But I think it will depend how much control we have over these different platforms. So it is efficient? Of course it's efficient, it's fast. It has impartiality? Yes, the machine doesn't say, oh, I like Sam or I dislike Dr. Roger Sharma. The machine just gives you an opinion. Now the disadvantages again are ethical challenges, lack of empathy. This machine doesn't care if you look tired or if you are hungry. The machine just continues. If I am conducting your mediation or your arbitration, if I see you're tired, I can ask, would you like to have a rest? The machine will not do that for you. So there are challenges. I think artificial intelligence cannot replicate some human abilities that we have. So emotional understanding and empathy, the machines cannot. The algorithms could repeat themselves over and over again. In a case, and I'm sure our esteemed judges will agree with me, each case in front of you is a different case. Even if some of the facts are similar, each case should be resolved according to that particular case. When you use artificial intelligence, the algorithms don't think about that. It's just about the facts of the case. So what is the future of artificial intelligence and ODR? I think if the algorithms are improved, we can use successfully these platforms. There's an evolution, obviously, every day. Every day there's an improvement in technology. And I'm sure your telephones, the telephones you had last year, this year are much better in different ways. So every day the technology is giving us new challenges, but also new ways of living our lives. So I believe ODR and artificial intelligence has a place in our world. But will it replace us? I hope it doesn't. So it's important to understand that intelligent ODR, artificial intelligence, combines factual human experiences, but also technology in terms of algorithms. So we must be cautious. And what I would like to say, finishing this brief presentation, is that we should not allow the technology to control us. That is the caution. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Delcy, for your wonderful presentation on online dispute resolution in the era of AI. As you rightly pointed out that the future of dispute resolution lies at the intersection of technology and human judgment. So your insights in how AI can foster the process of ADR was enlightening, and thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. So with that, now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special announcement to declare. So I would like to inform you that the Kathmandu Declaration Committee has been formed and has successfully come up with the Kathmandu Declaration. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important announcement that now we have successfully come up with the Kathmandu Declaration. So we would be honored to have your inputs on this matter. So for this, for the highlights of this Kathmandu Declaration, now I would like to call upon Dr. Rajas. So Dr. Rajas, over to you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here. It's not that I did everything. This Kathmandu Declaration was a team effort, group of people who were there in our in this process, which was constituted just on the first day. Evening of the first day, we come up with that, and with the permission of all our guests here, they gave us this mandate to draft as an action plan so that we can continue to have as a living document. We start from there somewhere and we reach something, and every year we will come back and review it and do the progress. So may I first thank my committee, or our committee, who led us over there. First, Dr. Mukti Rizal, he is a chairperson of NIS in Nepal. Everybody knows him. So he was our leader in that one. I was there as a small attendee over there. Then we have a Mr. Tenzin Liwan, Chief Administrator of the Bhutan Arbitration Center, Bhutan, if you're there. We also had a Snigdha Bhatta, local Nepalese girl working in SIAC. She gave her input over there. And we have Simran Napit, section officer here, Supreme Court of Nepal. You have seen her as a beautiful MC, but very few people have seen that she has a brilliant brain behind her beauty also. So she has contributed in that. And I must acknowledge one more person in our team is Kanchan here, Kanchan Sharma, officer of NISC Nepal. She has collected all the views, put it together, and drafted it in a beautiful terms. So very thankful to you, Kanchan, for that. During the 2 days, what we did, all our committee members, we were just acting like your eyes and ears and your wishes. So whatever you told us, we collected it, put it together in words, which reflects our common interest and a common reflection what we want to do. So this is what, we have come up with that, and we would like to have your attention on that, and also we have put it on the power, the declaration here, so that you can read on the screen. But on behalf of the committee, on behalf of the organization committee, and on behalf of Nepal ADR Week, I'm just reading it, and you can also read with me over there, in your heart, in your mind. We, the ADR professionals, lawyers, judges, experts, users, students, and other stakeholders from 17 countries and 21 ADR institutions from Asia Pacific, Europe, Australia, and SAARC region, taking part in the international conference on modernizing dispute resolution, the role of ADR in enhancing access to justice, focusing on arbitration, mediation, and ARMED, hosted by the Nepal International ADR Center, affirm the importance of fostering efficient and modern justice delivery through alternative dispute resolution. Whereas the aim of the conference is to foster collaboration among nations to explore the opportunities and address the challenges in alternative dispute resolution, with a goal of harmonizing practices, enhancing efficiency, and ensuring equitable justice, access to justice across borders, thereby promoting global harmonization and sustainable dispute resolution mechanisms. Recognizing the critical and urgent impacts of climate change, underscoring the need to integrate green arbitration principles into ADR frameworks to address environmental disputes and actively contribute to the preservation of the Himalayas and global ecological balance. Emphasizing the active and pivotal role of the judiciary in supporting and promoting ADR mechanism, ensuring their integration into the justice delivery system, and enhancing public confidence in alternative methods of dispute resolution. Advocating for disability inclusion within ADR processes, ensuring the dispute resolution mechanisms are accessible to all, regardless of physical or cognitive challenges, thereby fostering equality and justice for every individual. Highlighting the importance of community awareness and knowledge sharing about the benefits of ADR to encourage its adoption at all levels, empowering individuals and institutions to resolve disputes efficiently and amicably. We hereby declare our commitment to advancing the following objectives and urge national governments, international institutions, and stakeholders to take these measures. Number 1, the International Forum applauds the Prime Minister of Nepal and is grateful for his commitment to ratify the United Nations Convention on the International Settlement Agreement resulting from mediation. We call it Singapore Convention. We urge the government to expedite the process of signing and ratifying the Singapore Convention at the earliest possible. Number 2, we also urge the other states to prioritize, sign, and ratify the Singapore Convention as soon as possible. We acknowledge the critical significance of Himalayas to the global ecosystem and call upon the international community to join hands with the government of Nepal in advancing climate justice initiatives and further advocate for the adoption of ADR mechanism, particularly green arbitration, as a vital tool to address environmental disputes and promote sustainable development in Himalayan region. Number 4, we encourage the governments of Nepal, Bhutan, and other mountain and landlocked countries, as well as ADR communities from those countries, actively engage in international rule-making processes that impact the unique interests and priorities of those countries. Number 5, we urge the government of Nepal to take the lead in establishing an interest group comprising countries reliant on and situated near mountain ecosystems for the preservation of Himalayas and other mountain ranges, addressing their critical role and within the broader context of climate change. Number 6, we acknowledge the transformative role of technology in improving access to justice. we encourage the governments of all the states to foster the development and implementation of ODR systems, new technology, including AI, to make dispute resolution process more inclusive, cost-effective, and efficient, especially for cross-border and remote dispute. Number 7, we invite all governments, ADR professionals, and stakeholders to build a disability and diversity inclusive, responsive, and equitable ADR ecosystem for peace and prosperity. Number 8, we urge the government of Nepal, along with the other governments and ADR centers, to prescribe model mediation, model arbitration, and other ADR clauses to facilitate mediation, arbitration, and other ADR processes to cater to the needs of resolving disputes relating to the banking, insurance, debt restructuring, debt recovery, and other financial instruments. Number 10, we encourage the government of Nepal to assess the opportunities and challenges in the ADR landscape and work strategically towards positioning itself as a destination for resolving regional and international disputes, leveraging its unique geographical, cultural, and historical neutral aspect. Number 11, we urge the international community to provide greater clarity and consistency in defining the scope of public policy within the context of ADR, particularly in arbitration and mediation, in order to ensure predictability, fairness, and enforceability of cross-border dispute resolution outcomes. Number 13. Okay. My mistake, I left my glasses on the dash, so I didn't read the number 9. So going back to number 9, we emphasize the need of international collaboration to harmonize ADR-related laws, particularly ancestral model laws, to establish a unified framework that supports seamless cross-border dispute resolution and reinforces global trust in ADR system. Now coming back to number 13, we encourage all states to uphold principles of mutual respect and reciprocity in the recognition and enforcement of foreign arbitral awards as envisioned under the framework of the New York Convention. And number 14, we pledge to work collectively to strengthen ADR capacity building, foster knowledge sharing, and develop best practices to address emerging challenges in dispute resolution. By endorsing these resolutions, we aspire to establish ADR as a cornerstone of modern justice systems and contribute meaningfully to a fairer, more sustainable future for all. This is our pledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh, for coming up with this important Kathmandu Declaration. So with that, I would like to request every participant present out in here today to accept this Kathmandu Declaration, the Kathmandu Declaration. So with that, yeah, sure.
In starting, I would like to request to put Tom. There are the few bankers are there, so it would be better if you insert there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, it would be better to submit the name of Prime Minister KP Oli. You are missing the name. Only Prime Minister is written. It would be better.
Thank you so much, both of you. So if you have any amendment or suggestions, we would be more happy to consider and include them in the final version, because this is not the final version yet, and it is open for amendment and your comments and suggestions. So if you have anything to amend or to add on or any comments, then your insights would... So, ladies and gentlemen, along with this amendment, would you like to approve this Kathmandu declaration? Ladies and gentlemen, if yes, then let's approve this the Kathmandu declaration. So it is adoption of the declaration. Yes. So here we are, the adoption of the Kathmandu declaration, and I believe that this So with this, we adopt the Kathmandu Declaration. And also thank you for adopting this Kathmandu Declaration. So a huge round of applause and many congratulations to all of us for adopting this Kathmandu Declaration, and I believe that this will be the milestone for upcoming days to enhance the ADR. And also, like, we are very delighted to adopt this declaration in the first ever historic, significant international conference on modernizing dispute resolution, the role of ADR in enhancing access to justice. So thank you so much, everyone. So with that, it is now my honor to invite President of Nepal Bar Association, Mr. President of Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Harisankar Niraula, to share his best wishes and remarks.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chairman Navid, chairperson of this wonderful closing ceremony, chief guest and senior most justice of the Supreme Court of Nepal, we can say would be Right Honorable Chief Justice of Nepal, Sapna Pradhan Malla, former Justice of the Supreme Court of Nepal, Anil Sinha, Senior Advocate and Nepal Bar Association President Gopal Krishna Gimri, dignitaries on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, I was there to raise a few points during the inaugural ceremony. I am not going to repeat the same points now, but definitely I would like to add a few new points. Number one, the time has come to be separate. We know it, this is not good, or say to some extent painful also. But at the same time, we have also to realize, we have got to realize that if we do not separate, we cannot meet again in the future. So with the very good hope in the future that we can meet again in the days to come. Well, in the history of Nepal, this sort of ADR week was held for the first time. I must appreciate the total team under the chairmanship of Dr. Mukta Rizal, and of course, day and night hard worker, Managing Director, Senior Advocate Matrika Prasad Nirola, along with his team. Let's give a big hand to appreciate them. We know this is not easy task. It was not an easy task. They could dare, they could work hard. Active participation from 17 countries for the first time in Nepal. I must appreciate, on behalf of my own and on behalf of the Supreme Court Bar Association of Nepal, I appreciate again the active participation from all countries, 17 in total, and hopefully we can hold this sort of international conference in the days to come too. So with these words, I would like to wish you all my best wishes when you go back with a very good memory from Nepal, and hopefully to see you again in the near future. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hari sir, for your warm best wishes. Now it's my honor to invite President of Nepal Bar Association, Mr. Gopal Krishna Ghimire, to share his best wishes and remarks.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Justice of Supreme Court of Nepal, Madam Sapna Pradhan Malla, Honorable Justice Anil Sinha, former Justice Supreme Court of Nepal, our foreign delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the President of Supreme Court Bar is Senior Advocate Mr. Harishankar Nirola. Ladies and gentlemen, as we bring ADR Week 2024 to a close, I feel both honored and inspired to stand before this distinguished audience. This week has been a landmark occasion for advancing the cause of alternative dispute resolution, ADR, in Nepal and beyond. It is a profound privilege to witness the active participation of delegates from 17 countries representing diverse legal systems and traditions. Your presence reflects a shared commitment to fostering ADR as the transformative tool for justice. I extend my deepest gratitude to the Nepal International ADR Center, NIAC, for organizing such an impactful program, and to all the speakers, panelists, and participants who have contributed to its successes. As the President of Nepal Bar Association, I take immense pride in reaffirming our unwavering commitment to promoting ADR in Nepal. The Nepal Bar Association recognizes that arbitration and mediation are indispensable in addressing the challenges of our evolving legal landscapes. We have consistently supported ADR initiatives through partnerships with organizations like NIAC and other international collaborators. Through these collaborations, Nepal Bar Association has facilitated specialized workshops and training programs, equipping legal professionals which advance skills in arbitration and mediation. These initiatives have not only enhanced the technical expertise of our lawyers, but also strengthened their capacity to resolve dispute efficiently and amicably. Nepal Bar Association also sees ADR as a critical component of Nepal's economic growth strategy as our country seeks to attract foreign investments and foster trade partnerships. Having a reliable and efficient ADR framework is indispensable. Arbitration offers investors and businesses the confidence that dispute can be resolved fairly, quickly, and transparently. Nepal Bar Association is particularly committed to empowering young lawyers to embrace ADR by encouraging their participation in specialized training and mentorship programs. We aim to cultivate a new generation of skilled arbitrators and mediators who can lead the way in transforming Nepal's dispute resolution landscape. As we conclude ADR Week 2024, let us not view this as the end, but rather as the beginning of a renewed commitment to ADR. Nepal Bar Association will continue to work closely with NIAC and other stakeholders to expand accesses to arbitrations and mediations, strengthen institutional frameworks, and raise public awareness about the benefits of ADR. Ladies and gentlemen, the successes of this week underscores the power of collaboration, innovation, and shared purpose. Together, we have taken significant steps toward building a more efficient, inclusive, and sustainable justice system. I would like to mention here that when I attended the IBA annual conference 2022 in Miami, USA, I asked the question in the conference about the climate change session, about ice melting rapidly in Himalayas, especially Himalayan range of Nepal. And I remember about the meaningful discussion about in the session about this question. I'd like to announce proudly one more thing, that we, Nepal Bar Association, is going to organize the Law Asia Human Right, Environmental and Indigenous Right Conference on February 15th to 17th in Kathmandu. I would like to invite you all to attend the significant conference. The registration procedure has already been commenced. And lastly, I thank you all for your participation, your insights, and your dedication to the cause of ADR. May we carry forward the acknowledge and connections forged here, and may they inspire us to create a future where disputes are resolved through understanding and cooperation. Thank you, and I wish you all had a productive and enriching ADR week 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gopal sir, for your remarkable best wishes and also for highlighting on the key issues that is the major challenge of environmental justice. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that the Himalayas is towering on the earth's heart. I mean like Prithiviko Mutumai sa Himalayas. So if you do not take care of Himalayas, then our earth will surely die. So, and we are also excited, Gopal sir, for this Law Asia conference. And best wishes for the conference. So with that, now it's my honor to invite former Justice of Supreme Court of Nepal, Honorable and our iconic figure in the legal fraternity, Mr. Anil Kumar Sinha, to share his best wishes and remarks.
Thank you, Simran, and namaste to you all. I'll not take much time. Chair of this session, Honorable Judge of Justice of the Supreme Court, Bar President, both Bar Presidents, and all of you dignitaries and the participants. What a wonderful way to conclude this conference. All of you have traveled from few kilometers to few thousand kilometers for one good cause, and that is modernizing the ADR system, not only in Nepal but throughout the world, and sharing of the experiences. Various issues have come up, and possibly few of the issues were even never thought of. Our Attorney General very rightly said that green arbitration was something, a very, very new concept to us, and there is a time for us to start thinking of it. We have got a long list of declarations, but all those declarations have meaningful purposes. Therefore, we will have to work for it. It's a long way, but it's the beginning. It's not the end. It's a gradual process. As I said, it's like a cycle. The moment we stop, we will fall. This is the word of Nani Palkiwala, one of the noted jurists of India. Thank you very much for inviting me here, and at the end I wish you all a very pleasant travel back home for all foreign dignitaries and all our local domestic friends, colleagues. Wonderful days ahead for you all too, and especially a few words for our students and the young lawyers here, that this has been a very, very triggering type of conference. The networking that you must have actually done here is remarkable. This is not something that you can buy with any expenditure of the money in a restaurant or a bar or a resort, but the participation and your own the discussions with the dignitaries has certainly given you certain triggering points. Please continue with these networks. Please gain, and the last word, you must have scanned it, green, what exactly the terminology I forgot. Green arbitration, certainly. Green arbitration. Thank you very much. We'll be certainly, it's not, there is no end to it, but there is always a human feel with every dispute settlement, as you have very rightly said. So it's not an absolute green, but we have to make it greener with our own efforts. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Justice Sinha, for your encouraging words and also the beautiful message to the inspiring, young, energetic lawyers and participants of today's event. So now, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the keynote closing remarks by our chief guest of the closing ceremony. So Justice Sapana Pradhan Malla, she is not the Justice of Supreme Court of Nepal, but she is also a voice of courage and vision in the legal field. So it is my absolute honor to invite our chief guest, Honorable Justice Mrs. Sapana Pradhan Malla, to share her closing remarks. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Justice Malla with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction, which I don't know if I can be there or not. But I'm really excited. I'm really thankful to the organizer for holding this meeting in Nepal. Chair, all the distinguished guests, participants from around the world. Why I said I'm quite excited and I'm thankful because I think this is for the first time you're holding this ADR week in this country. And not only you have held this meeting, but you have also adopted the declaration, which has many, many critical issues where reform has to take place, mechanism has to be created, and I would like to congratulate for this Kathmandu declaration, but would also like to, I want to say that we will be watching. We'll be watching how you will work towards the implementation of this declaration, because that is more important. And when I said I really liked the theme itself, because here you are promoting the access to justice, the way you have designed the program, saying you want to enhance access to justice through alternative dispute resolution mechanism. And enhancing access to justice is where our heart is, because we are still confronting with quality justice. We are still confronting with speedy justice. We are still confronting with affordable justice. We are still confronting with enforceable justice. And what we feel ADR can bring that whole mechanism where justice can not only be seen but can be realized in the life of the people. It's also unique for me because you have also, you are not only talking about arbitration, you are talking about mediation. And mediation is now in forefront of our whole justice system. Just recently, from this year, what we have decided is the court has our own planning. So we are also on 5th year plan. It's not only government has a plan, judiciary has its own plan. It's again, like I think very few countries in the world have, the court has their own planning. And this year what we have done is, out of the possible settlement cases through the mediation, 50% of cases will be referred for, 50% cases will be referred for mediation. This is a big decision which we have made. And now with your passion, with your declaration, is also giving us a hope that the mission which we have, the mission which we have can be fulfilled, because we really need many of you. And I see lots of mediators. I will not name because there are many, but I see lots of mediators who are leaders of mediation. And therefore I said connecting not only arbitration, because arbitration is seen as a different and mediation as a different, but it's complementing. It's complementing. It's interconnected and it's also complementing, because I was trained as a corporate lawyer. And then my first training was on skill, and that was also on alternative dispute resolution. I went to IDLI, which is known now as IDLO. After Justice Kanil Sinha went, then I followed his footpath, went for the training, and then I mean, skill is so important. And when you talk about whether arbitration, mediation, negotiation, the skill and the passion, what you bring is important. But we dream something, we aim something, but what is happening in reality? And I'm glad that you have explored all the issues and I'm sure you must have explored not only issues which is common, but also different in Nepal, because we are still confronting with the law. There is so much problem within the legal framework. Although we have a constitution that opens for amicable settlement, there is a mediation law, there is arbitration law. Now we have, after federalization of the country, we have a local government act, which also not only there is a devolution of political power, but also there is a devolution of judicial power. And within that framework, the local government is empowered with mediation. They are also empowered with certain power which court has, like they also have a power of as a court, especially in the community issues, especially in a community justice. And then with this law, and then again there are different law where there is also a possibility for mediation and arbitration. And not only that, because after this comprehensive peace agreement, now we are still in transitional justice process, and Transitional Truth and Reconciliation Commission Act, our whole TR Truth and Reconciliation process has also opened for mediation, for negotiation, for reconciliation, which is a key component of the transitional justice. So I think there are many more places where we can apply what you have visioned as a tool in enhancing access to justice. But then I said, yes, there's a problem in the law. There's a problem, again, I would not mind saying there's a problem within the court, in our understanding, in our delivery. I mean, there are many cases where we have found that how the public policy is defined, because Rajeshji, you mentioned you need clear interpretation of what public policy means. There's a lots of inconsistency, and although we